Hello everyone, welcome to Communication Skills for Everyone. If you are watching this channel first time, please subscribe. So in this video, let us learn the summary of Leisure by William Henry Davies. This lesson is prescribed for Jawaharlal Nehru Technological University, Hyderabad, also many degree and PG courses. So, in this video, I'd like to provide to the readers to clear their exam and also score more marks for this lesson. So, first, let us learn about the author. Henry Davies, who was born in 1871 and almost he was passed away in 1940. He was a noble Welsh poet and writer. Born in Newport, Wales, he experienced a tumultuous childhood, including the death of his father at a young age. He left school at 14 and, after a brief apprenticeship, embarked on a life of adventure. Davies spent several years as a tramp or hobo, traveling extensively across the United States and Canada, often by hopping freight trains and working various odd jobs. A turning point in his life came in 1899 when he lost his right foot in a train accident. This injury led him to dedicate himself to writing. He self published his first collection of poetry, The Soul's Destroyer, and other poems in 1905. The book caught the attention of prominent literary figures, including George Bernard Shaw, who helped him publish his famous prose work, The Autobiography of a Super Tramp, which was published in 1908. The book, with its vivid descriptions of his transit life, was an instant success and solidified his reputation. So he is known for a simple lyrical style. Davis' poetry often celebrates nature and reflects on themes of poverty, hardship, and the simple joys of life. He is considered part of the Georgian poetry movement, and his most famous poem is Leisure, which begins with the well known lines: "What is this life if, full of care, we have no time to stand and stare?" So let us look at the poem, so which has 14 lines. So now let us move to the summary of the poem. So the main focus, initially I provide the summary of the poem, and then we go for line by line analysis of the poem. So that if you get the poem, what is the summary, then you can write an examination. Also, you would like to elaborate more vividly, then you can look at the analysis part at the end. So in the first summary, the uh, W.H. Davies' poem Leisure effectively captures its core message. The poem serves as a powerful critique of modern life, which, in Davies' view, has become so consumed with work and worry that it has lost its connection to nature and consequently its soul. So we can say now everyone is busy with modern gadgets. No one has time to see, right? The same thing. The poem begins by contrasting a life full of care with a life that has no time to stand and stare. This way we can connect. This opening establishes the central conflict, right? The conflict of the poem, the stress and anxiety of a busy life, the need to constantly rush from one task to the next, or seen as form of imprisonment. It's like a prison life, how one spends prison life. It's a mechanical, monotonous. Similarly, here also Davies suggests that the simple act of pausing to observe the natural world is a way to exhale the stress and free oneself from this mental and emotional burden. It is an argument for the regenerating power of idleness and contemplation. So Davies argues that a life lived without this connection to nature leads to spiritual poverty. He says spiritual poverty. This concept goes behind physical or material lack. It refers to a deep emptiness of the spirit, a life without wonder, joy, or meaning. So, meaningless life. By being too busy to notice a squirrel's hide its nuts or crow's placed stare, a person becomes a slave to their own cares. They are rich in task but poor in soul. No, living a life that is, as the poem says, poor indeed. Like the poem says, the poor indeed. So, uh, Davies uses simple and effective imagery to highlight the beauty of that is being missed. He doesn't describe grand, majestic landscapes. Instead, he focuses on the small, everyday details of nature that are easily overlooked. Squirrels hide their nuts in grass, a simple, humble act that speaks to the busy, industrious nature of the animal world. Yet, one we often fail to appreciate. Streams full of stars like skies at night. This beautiful simile transforms a simple stream into something wondrous and cosmic, revealing the hidden magic in plain sight. Next, beauty, smile, dance. The poem personifies nature itself, describing beauty as a person who dances and whose smile is captured by our eyes. These images serves as a gentle reminder that the world is filled with beautiful moments, but we must choose to look for them. The repeated phrase "stand and stare" so, in the poem's central instruction, it is an act of defiance against the hurried pace of life. It's not about doing anything productive, it's about being present and mindful. The simple act of observation allows one to reconnect with the world and escape the self imposed prison of constant activity. It is Davies' prescription for a richer, more meaningful life found not in what we acquire, but in what we simply take the time to see. Right? When we look at the next part, right, William Henry Davidson poem, Leisure is a concise and poignant reflection on the importance of finding time for rest and appreciating nature in a fast-paced modern world. Right, everyone is busy with their gadgets. There is no time to appreciate the nature as well as to greet people. So that's what the poem's meaning is directly tied to its title, leisure, highlighting that the true wealth isn't material, but it is found in simple act of taking a break from life's constant care to stand and stare. So the structure of the poem is composed of seven rhyming couplets following an AABB rhyme scheme and is written in iambic tetrameter, giving it a simple rhythmic quality. Davies employs various literary devices to emphasize his message. He begins with a rhetorical question and uses alliteration, right? Alliteration is repetition of consonant sounds in a phrase like stand and stare, right? Repetition of consonant sounds. And beneath the bars, the phrase no time is used in repetition to underscore the primary problem of modern life. Right, in the modern life, there are many things people do, but nothing is productive. The poem also contains a simile in stare as long as sheep or cows, a metaphor in streams, right? Metaphor in streams full of stars, and synchede and personification in the phrase beauty's lands and dance. The central themes are the celebration of leisure, the value of simplicity, the restro- restorative power of nature, and the implicit critique of modernity that separate people from their spiritual well-being. Ultimately, the poem serves as an epigram, offering a brief but profound truth about the necessity of reconnecting with the simple joys of life to avoid spiritual poverty. Now, let us look at the analysis of leisure, right? Line by line analysis of the leisure. W.H. Davies' poem Leisure is a short yet profound critique of life consumed by worry and work. The poem's analysis can be broken down into three main sections, each building on the last to create a powerful message about the importance of slowing down. So, first, the lines 1 to 4. So the poem begins with a powerful rhetorical question. What is this life if full of care? We have no time to stand and stare. Full of care here refers to a life burdened by worries and necessary tasks, leaving no room for the mind and spirit. Davies argues that this modern hustle prevents people from even taking a moment to simply stand and stare at their surroundings. He uses a simple and natural example comparing a person's lack of leisure time to the unhurried lives of animals, stating that people don't even have time to stand beneath the boughs and stare as long as sheep or cows. This comparison highlights the unnatural and hurried state of human existence. So next, let us move to lines 5 to 8. So Davies continues by listing the small, beautiful details of nature that are missed due to lack of leisure. He points out that people rush through woods without noticing where squirrels hide their nuts or taking the time to see how streams can reflect light, looking like they are full of stars, like skies at night. This simile beautifully captures a moment of natural wonder that is so often overlooked. This section, these lines emphasizes how our constant rushing has created a profound detachment from the natural world, causing us to miss the simple yet stunning beauty all around us. And the third section, lines 9 to 14. In the poem personifies nature itself as beauty, with a glance and dancing feet. Davies suggests that people are too busy to even notice or appreciate this personified beauty in the world. The image of person's smile beginning in their eyes before it reaches their mouth serves as a metaphor of the deeper emotions and details we miss when we rush. The poem concludes by repeating its opening couplet, acting as a refrain. A fool like this, if full of care, we have no time to stand and stare. This repetition reinforces the central theme, summarizing the entire poem in a powerful, memorable way. It defines a poor life not by lack of money, but by a lack of time for simple observation and appreciation, leading to spiritual poverty. So, this is about this line by line analysis of poem Leisure. Thank you for watching. Subscribe Communication Skills for Everyone for more academic and educational videos.